Hello everybody, welcome back. In today's video we are doing my 50k Q&A and a bunch of other fun things that I have put together. This video is purely for fun, so make sure you have your drink and your snack of choice, and without further ado, let's get started. The first portion of this video is of course the Q&A, so here are your questions and let me pick. How do you decide what gets migrated from your pocket notebook to your commonplace notebooks? Some of your stamp cutouts are so cute, personally I'd want them somewhere more permanent. So most of what gets migrated to my commonplace notebook would be quotes, thoughts, or other things that I want to delve in a little bit deeper. I do usually have my pocket notebook system set up in a way that I can throw out the pocket notebook once I'm done with it. However, this was the first volume that I began to memory keep by using these stamps, and so I actually am going to be keeping this pocket notebook because I do feel like it has a lot of memories in it. I think if I do continue this sort of memory keeping theme moving forward, I will probably end up keeping my pocket notebooks. But what I've been finding is that I'm kind of keeping them anyway to reference in future videos. I think it's good to have like a progression of how it's lasted, so as a creator I've been keeping them. So yeah. Top 5 notebooks for you. Starting with larger note-taking notebooks, I really love these Iraful ones. So these are amazing. I have also been loving the ones from Paper Republic. I do my songwriting in here, and to be able to just throw thoughts onto paper really fast and the paper to be smooth enough to keep up is definitely a feather in their cap. So this is one that I've been enjoying as well. The final large notebook that I'm going to mention is this one from Muji. I want to say they come in a pack of 5, but they are just, again, beautiful paper. They're fountain pen friendly, a really good size, and they're very slim, so they're quite portable if you do want to take them in a bag with you. For pocket notebooks, it should come as no surprise that these are the top 2 that I would recommend. The first one being the official bullet journal pocket. I really love this one. And then the Dingbats, of course. I think it's just such a sturdy notebook. What do you think about mind mapping? Do you use this method sometimes? I love mind mapping. I've shown it a couple times on my channel in this notebook, but anything where you are really getting to the core of a thought or an idea is something that I really enjoy. I think mind mapping is a great tool when you are trying to link certain ideas together or really flesh out an idea and get into the minutiae. So yes, I love mind mapping and I would recommend, and let me know if you want to see a video on that. What nail polish are you wearing? It's so cute. It is an Essie nail polish in the shade 396 Front Page Worthy. As a Swede, I would like to hear how you came up with the name Lilla Björn. I think what happened was, growing up, my mom always called me Lilla Flicka, which means little girl. So when I was choosing a channel name, I did want the Lilla aspect, and it was between Björn or Jordgubbe, which is little strawberry, and I just thought Lilla Björn sounded better and flowed a little bit nicer, so I went with Lilla Björn, which for those who don't know means little bear. That's why my icon is a little bear. This one says, desk tour, how you organize your planner supplies. Great question. I'm going to show you, so let's take a look. Okay guys, coming in here for a little desk setup show and tell. So the first thing that I want to say is I have a lot of stationery, okay? I'm just gonna get that out in the open. So to start, we have brush pens, highlighters, my very go-to supplies, secondary go-to supplies, backup brush pens and fine liners, and then we have a little combination of everything, mostly highlighters with some gel pens and these Pentel matte hops. Over here I have my planner lineup, and then I have some mind puzzles and cryptic crosswords. I have a bubbly not spawns, my pocket notebook, which is always out and about, and then the first drawer. Yeah, I know. These are like my accessories, cartridge converters, ink cartridges, stickers, sticker sheets, flake stickers, stamps, label stickers, dot markers. These are my non-inked fountain pens, washi tapes, foam memo photo printer, and then like my page flags. Moving over, we have my desktop computer. This is the keyboard that's in current rotation, but I do switch it out. Here I just have some little extras. Then over here we have my currently inked fountain pens, and this is all that I've been allowing myself to ink at one time. So if I do want to incorporate another fountain pen, I have to pull one of these out and ink another one. I have my Mitsubishi pencil sharpener, which is the best pencil sharpener in my opinion. I have my month at a glance in my bullet journal, which I mentioned. And then my second drawer, which has washi tape. These are empty pens or like second, third tier pens, some recording equipment, little, again, extras and accessories. These are Kaweco ink cartridges, scissors, hole punch, index cards. And finally, moving over to the last part, we have washi tape a lot. So yeah, that is my entire desk and stationery storage. I know it's really extra. Now back to the video. I sometimes feel a bit self-conscious writing in public. Do you have a setup for on the go? Do you write in cafes, or what other places do you write at? I completely relate to feeling self-conscious writing in public. I think there's kind of this overwhelming feeling that somebody's looking over your shoulder and is going to read what you're writing, or they're going to look at you and be like, why do you have 7 notebooks? If I'm on the go and on like public transportation, I generally only bring one notebook, and that is my pocket notebook. And with the pocket notebook, it's like everything goes. So as long as I have this, that is totally fine. And because it is small, it's pretty discreet. So although people will notice that you are writing or drawing, it doesn't draw a lot of attention. When I do go to cafes, because I love going to cafes and setting up with a little snack and beverage and do some planning there, then I will bring like literally all of my planners. I will have my Hobonichi Cousin, Hobonichi Weeks, my work planner, a brainstorming notebook, and my pocket notebook, and I put them in just like a shoulder bag so that I have everything I need. I'll pack a pencil case and I'll really set up shop. I'm sure the cafe owners love when people do that, but yeah, I want to make sure that I have everything if I'm really settling in. I also find myself writing just on public benches. Sometimes I'll take a seat if I'm like on a walk and there's a really scenic part, I'll take a seat. If I'm the passenger in a car, sometimes I'll bring out my notebook and start writing. Even if I'm in a shopping mall and I'm in like the cafeteria section, I'll take out my pocket notebook. Anytime there's some downtime or I'm like between places, I will usually take out my pocket notebook. Okay, yes, here we are. Will you ever share your guitar progress in some way? And gratis to 50K. I have mentioned on this channel a couple times that I am trying to learn guitar. To be honest, I have been very much slacking on the guitar front. But to answer your question, yes, I'm going to share my guitar progress, and here is a video.
You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. And honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time.
I know I'm gonna get so many comments about like how poor my form is, but guys, I'm a beginner. Okay. Backflip tutorial. I think if I attempted a backflip, I would probably break my back, but at 100K, I'll do it. I've been curious about your recording equipment / setup. Like what camera you use, lighting, microphone, etc. Totally up to you if you would like to share that, but I would love to see it. My recording setup is very, very simple. In terms of lighting, I am right beside a window. So the lighting that I always use in my videos is natural light. Camera I use is just my iPhone camera, and then the microphone and tripod that I use are both from Amazon, and they were like the very first ones to come up when I looked up microphone and tripod. I don't even know if I'd be able to find the listing anymore, but I can show you my mic. Here she is. Super tiny, just a cutie. That is my recording setup. How can we find your music? I have mentioned it a few times on this channel. I am a singer-songwriter. I have music released and more music coming. At this time, I'm not going to reveal my music only because I feel like it's two completely separate worlds and I don't know if I'm ready to combine them yet, but that's not to say that I will never share that information. If I do decide to do that, I will let everybody know so that you guys can go stream my music. Okay. Okay, we're getting down to the last few here. Any update on your content bank pocket notebook? Did it work and did you stick to it for your media consumption? I'm actually planning to do a full video dedicated to like an update, so stay tuned for that. How do you deal with being more reluctant to journal on bad days or avoiding it because of a problem in your life? Alternatively, how would you deal with updating your journal after not journaling for months and only collecting scraps and notes on pieces of paper? When you have a bad day, I feel like you're more reluctant to journal because you don't want to like document it, or you're just feeling so crappy that you don't have the energy to write. So for me personally, I never put pressure on myself to journal if I'm not feeling like it. Either I'm writing so messy that I'll never be able to see it again just to get my like anger out or my sadness out, and it will look like a bunch of scribbles, or I do leave it blank and I will come back to it. And then in terms of backfilling or updating your journal after you haven't for a while and you're seeing all these blank pages, honestly, again, no pressure. If you've been collecting scraps of pieces of paper, just paste them in. Sometimes when I'm backfilling, I will write about why I was upset at that time now that I've had some more distance from it. And if you're dealing with a lot of blank pages and it's feeling overwhelming because there's a lot of space to fill, I always recommend just using a bigger pen. I know it sounds a little bit stupid, but I will go in with a Tombow brush marker using the end, which is like a huge bullet point, and then I'm just writing in that. And honestly, write as big as you'd like. When you want to get into a consistent journaling habit, the last thing that you want to do is make it feel very restrictive and make it feel like you have to fill out every single page. So if you don't feel like journaling, don't journal. You can always come back, you can leave the page blank, you can fill it with doodles, you can paste your scraps in, or you can write bigger. I hope that answered that question. Okay, we have 2 left in here. Do you like Moleskine notebooks? Short answer, yes, but there is a big caveat, and that being that the paper consistency is just not good. I have had Moleskine notebooks that felt like love at first write, and there was no bleed through or ghosting, and I was one happy camper. And then I have had the exact same model of Moleskine notebook, but there was feathering, bleed through, ghosting, and all of that. So yes, I do like Moleskine notebooks, but I just tend not to gamble, and so I don't buy them as often because I just can't rely on them. Okay, final question. Gonna shake it, get it all nice. Favorite video you've made? Honestly, with every video I do, I really enjoy making it, but I think my favorite video that I've ever made was honestly my modding this $1 notebook like a Corvette for a few reasons. Number one, I grew up extremely crafty and into DIYs, so to be able to do a DIY video was really fun, but also I was not expecting it to take off like it did. I really just did it for fun, and I did not expect such a positive response to that video, especially with such an absurd title, but I think it really resonated for people for some reason. And finally, the comments on this video were hilarious. So I've actually set aside some of my favorite comments and we are going to read them out. So let's get into that.
Does anyone remember the SNL sketch, The Anal Retentive Chef? I think they're kindred spirits. Middle school girls are gonna have a field day with this. Lost all credibility at I'm from Canada, JK, this is a great video. You're wrong-handed, why are you left-handed, and I just can't. Too left-handed for me. Why am I watching this? I don't even own a pen. Never thought I'd watch a video about souping up a notebook. I feel like a caveman watching someone create fire. Wonderful video. Spent most of this video throwing up from food poisoning, but pretty good stuff from the parts I did see, with an exclamation mark. Oh my gosh. Number one, I hope you are feeling better. Food poisoning sucks, and thank you so much for watching. What the hell is a pocket notebook? Why won't YouTube stop recommending this video? And now I'm buying one. So, that is so real. Me who hasn't used a notebook since 2016? Yes. Tell me more. My dumbass watching this high as shit like I'm gonna do any of this. I have never done anything like this to my Corvette, but it's definitely given me a few ideas. What make, model, and year are the scissors, please? Any variants that come with pop-up headlights as well?
That one is so clever, and just for that, I'm going to answer your question. These scissors are the Cocrio Saxopoche scissors. They are foldable, and they're really handy.
Now mod a Corvette like a $1 pocket notebook. Oh my god. Damn, I can't believe you LS swapped a notebook. So funny. I thought we were gonna carve the notebook into a car, but I'm pretty happy with what I got. That's a totally normal length to like measure and stuff.
That honestly just reminds me again to say thank you so much for all of the engagement, the kind and funny comments on this channel. Your engagement on this channel is really what makes it so full and lively, and so for that I say thank you. And I wanted to give a shout out, a special thank you to 3 subscribers on my channel who have been here since the very beginning, and they are also some of the top commenters on my channel. Number 1, we have Molly, and you may have seen her in the comments. She always writes these really long, thoughtful comments that are super engaging and always super kind. So Molly, thank you so much. Second, we have Josephine, who is one of my Swedish subscribers and is always so kind and thoughtful and is offering me tips and tricks on how to learn Swedish. Some of the comments she's posted are half in Swedish and half in English to try and help me learn, which is just so sweet and kind. And once again, she has been here since the very beginning. So thank you so much, Josephine. And finally, number 3, we have Beth Coffee, who is actually an indie author, and she has a lot of videos on that on her channel. Just a super cozy, welcoming, and warm vibe. She always comments about product recommendations or things that she's personally found, and is just such a sweet person. So thank you, Beth. All right, everybody, that is it for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider subscribing and giving it a huge thumbs up. Thank you so much for 50K. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Stay cozy, and bye-bye.